Hello everyone, as part of learning Hive, we will be seeing various operations that Hive supports. So just like SQL, it supports aggregate functions, it supports sorting options, it supports joins, various operations are there. I will show all these operations with various examples. Again, I am repeating, as part of your lab exercises, you have to do all these operations. In theoretical questions also, they will ask you explain these operations of Hive with examples, right? So, you should be using these topics for both lab exercises as well as theoretical concepts. Let us see how do we import data from various other sources. So far we were trying to load the data from a text file. How do we import it from other sources? So let us see this one as part of insert statement. See this one, insert overwrite table target. Suppose I have created a table called target, insert overwrite table target. So into this table, whichever is data already there, you try to overwrite that from select column 1, column 2 and so on, specify the list from which source. So you try to do that. So let us see this with an example. Insert overwrite table target. I am specifying the partition also, from which partition I have to take the data, from which source table you need to take the data. There is one more option. You are trying to create a table as a select. Directly you can use CTAS structure, we call it as create a table so and so as select. What are the attributes you want to select from which table? That particular thing is also available. So either you can work with insert option or you can work with create table as select. So these are the two options for importing data apart from loading it with a text file or any other type of file into the table. Next, I want to work with multi-table insert. From one particular table, I want to insert the data into multiple tables in single insert statement. How do we do that? We call it as multi-table insert option. Say for example, you have records 2, which is a table which is already existing in Hive warehouse. So you can use it from records 2. So use this relation for inserting into stations by year based on particular select criteria, insert into records by year based on this select query, insert into goods records by year into that by this select query. So if you see this example, from this particular table records 2, I am trying to insert into 3 tables in one single statement. We call such options of Hive query language as multi-table insert, which is pretty well supported by Hive query language. So here I have just shown 3. You can use any number depending on your requirement. All can be done in one go. As I told, we can use create table so and so as select statement. Create table as select. This is the structure we call. You can try to provide this also. Say for example, this select option, this select query is failing for some reason. Suppose this table is not existing, one of these columns is not existing. In such case, this particular table will not be created. So I have mentioned that the CTAS operation, CTAS stands for create as select from. If this operation is atomic, so if the select query fails, the table will not be created. Altering tables, how do we alter names of the tables? Alter table source rename to target. What is the original name and what is the target name you want to specify in order to change the name. In addition to updating the table's metadata, what is the alter table doing? Whatever is there in the underlying warehouse folder, that particular source will be renamed to target. Previously it was a source, now it will be renamed to target. Similarly, I want to add a column into my table. How do I do that? Alter table target, add columns, column 3 string. Do we have these options in SQL? Yes. Alter table you have add, modify and drop. Add column, modify column, drop column, various options are there. So similarly, Hive query language is also supporting. Now new column, column 3 is added after the existing columns. So the data files are not updated. So queries will always return null value for column 3. Why it is like that? Because you have already defined the source files. The source files are not containing extra column, but you tried to add an extra column to the table. So there is nothing from the text file that can be loaded into this extra column. So even though you have added here in this example, the extra column will always return null whenever you are using select statement. But I wanted to show the option is there to add new columns with alter. Dropping tables. How do you drop the table? The drop table statement deletes both the data and metadata in case of managed table. Deletes only metadata in case of external table. If you want to delete the data but you want to still keep the structure of the table, you have to use truncate table my table, which deletes the rows, not the table schema. So how do I delete external tables if at all? Go to HDFS, give the file command as -rmr, stands for remove recursively. It will delete all the folders, subfolders, etc. Then sorting and aggregating. I want to sort my data and I can use aggregate functions also like max function, count function, various functions can be used. In this example, I am trying to show the sorting option. From records to, this is the table, select year, temperature, distribute by year. So the data should be segregated based on year value. Sort by year should be in ascending order, temperature value should be in descending order. If you give this query, put a semicolon. Always semicolon is the statement terminator unless you are working with shorthand SQL query with -e option. So try to see the temperature, the year values are coming in ascending order, temperature values are coming in descending order. So for sorting the data, we are working with sort by, whereas order by performs parallel total sort of the input. Similarly, I want to work with my SQL query by following a particular script. Before actually executing the SQL query, I want to pass on my data to some language script. Say for example, here I have shown taking poor quality temperature, quality code should not be within this one. Those are called as poor quality temperature records. I have written a Python script here and my data set should be passing through the script. That particular data should be shown as output with my Hive query language. So I have created a Python script. And how do I run? This Python script file should be added to the folder wherein it is like unless you add a file, the scripts will not be considered as part of the library. So the Python script is added here, and how do I execute my statement? From records to select transform year temperature quality using is underscore good underscore quality dot py. This is the Python script I have written as year and temperature. So from this table transform my data using this Python script and show me the output as year and temperature. So it will try to show you the output. Whichever data you have taken, that data will be subjected to this script and then the final output will be shown. So this type of script execution is also possible in Hive query language. Similarly, you can perform inner join, outer join, all these options. I will just show you with a smaller example. Select star from sales. Suppose I have already created a table. This is the sales. Select star from things. So these are the things ID and these are the names of the things. Maybe these are the sales people with their ID. This is the ID and name of the item. And I am trying to join select sales.star comma things.star. Both of them have been taken from sales should be joined to things on what is the common attribute we are trying to use. Sales.id should be equal to things.id. So whenever you are giving this one, what are the common attributes we have? 2, 4 is there, 3 is there, 2 is there. So which one will be missing? 1 here, 0 here. So let us see the output. How do I get it? Joe, 2, 2, tie should come. Hank, 4, 4, coat should come. Eve, 3, 3, hat should come. What else? Hank, 2, 2, tie. These are the 4 rows we expect. So matching this, we should get, these are the 4 rows which are following this one. Apart from this, we also have the outer joins wherein the common attribute value will not be matching. In such case, you get null values substituted for the rows which are missing on either side. So I have here worked with left outer join wherein if you see the data, Ali 0 is there, but there is no matching ID in the things table. So what data do you get in the output? Ali 0, null, null. So if you see the output, you are getting like this. Similarly, you have right outer join option, all these things. Then coming to subqueries, yes, we can work with subqueries also in Hive query language. So I have given an example of how do we execute a subquery. So what are the rules for subquery? First, the subquery will get executed and the results of that are subjected to the outer query and the outer query gets executed. Views, very important part of SQL. Can we create views in Hive query language? Yes. So this is the syntax for, same syntax more or less of SQL. So I have given the syntax of creating a view. View will help us to view the data just like a window to the database. Sometimes you want to give only authorization rights to a specific portion of the database. Generally we go for views. So these are various operations of which we know which are existing in SQL are also supported in Hive query language. So as I mentioned, as part of your lab exercise, you are supposed to execute through all these options and then put them into your observations and records.